been told that people seem to think that I love to hear myself talk. And it is very true. I do love to hear myself talk. They'll never get me to admit it, but I do. But I want to get to the new shoe on head video.
Your eggs.
Scary. I want to get to the new shoe on head video. Like I said, I like shoe on head. I think she's funny. I disagree with her on a lot of things substantively, and that's okay. We can disagree. But she's funny. She, again, helps me see things from another perspective, which is important. And I heard this video is really funny, so we're going to get right into it. What do you got for us?
Your eggs are drying up.
I don't have eggs.
If you're a woman online, you have probably heard that many times. Perhaps this image haunts you at night. It is a true fact that women's
By the way, that image has been actually causing people some heart palpitations.
fertility begins to decline at age 30, and they suddenly wake up and get what we call baby fever. But what about the men?
True, I've actually seen some girls like that in my life.
Do their balls shrivel up into little raisins and die? Do they wake up one day and get baby fever? Do men have a biological clock in the same way women do? I've briefly joked about this in videos before. In fact, a clip of mine from a video I did a few months ago actually went viral recently thanks to the VTuber Smugalana. Ah yes, the
Smugalana mentioned.
male biological clock. It's not physical, but
by the way, huge for Smugalana.
It's spiritual. Men will deny this.
I'm wondering.
Absolutely,
I'm actually waiting for her reaction on this. It's probably out already.
One day you're going to have a dream. You have a little daughter making pancakes with your wife in the morning, and you're not going to be able to get it out of your head. Oh my God. And the comments were full of men discussing their dreams to start a family. There is not much discussion about men's desire to have children. Like many things, it's not really something they talk about publicly. That was until a certain video game came out.
What are you?
I cannot believe that this was such, like, Twitter had such a meltdown over this game. Like, I'm playing it right now on stream, like, every Wednesday, which will be tomorrow, by the way, cough, cough. I'll be playing some Grimshire and then getting into Pragmata. But I've been playing it on stream, like, I've literally come across nothing that should have ever have been controversial. Like, it's just a good, wholesome game. It's fun to play. It's got a decent enough story right now. I mean, honestly, it felt like a Capcom game in a good way. And the fact that people were just like absolutely mauling out about this on Twitter just really shows that people literally have nothing more to care about in their lives. It's so sad. Also, yeah, imagine sometimes men want families too. That shouldn't be controversial. That shouldn't be weird.
I am DI03367, a state-of-the-art pragmata created here
God,
at the
imagine
Cradle.
how that could ever be a controversial statement.
How about we call you Diana?
Diana?
Pragmata is a sci-fi action game where you play as astronaut Hugh Williams, who is sent to investigate an abandoned moon base. He meets a childlike android named Diana, and they team up to survive and escape the space station.
Yep.
Along the way, they uncover what went wrong
accurate.
and defeat the bad guys, all while forming a strong emotional bond.
I know a lot of people were like really happy, or not really happy, like they really kind of like had emotional reactions to parts of this game.
But it seems to have awakened
in a good way,
something
not a bad way,
deep within gamers. Especially male gamers. The urge to get married and have kids. I'm not planning on getting married and having kids, but damn, this game is like fatherhood calling to me. Is this how women feel about their biological clocks? This game makes me want a daughter. What is this feeling inside me? It can't be. It's like, I want to protect. It's like, I want to be a dad. They won me over. The white baby makes me feel paternal. I will burn anyone and anything that tries to harm her.
What a fucking profile picture.
This game is dragging out the innate dad instinct.
Was that the critical drinker?
Like Pragmata, but I can't, knowing that men are also enjoying it.
I cannot believe.
This is a game for incels.
That's so weird on its face, logically on its face. Wanting to play a game where you protect like a child figure or something like that as a strong, positive, masculine role model is an incel game. Okay. I think we've officially reached where
Babe,
definitions
wake up.
don't
It's
mean
time for your
anything.
yearly gamer culture war slot.
Yay!
2014 forever, man. We are never going to
Yeah.
escape Mr. Gamergate's wild ride. In this video, we are going to discuss the facts and theories behind the so-called male biological clock, after we discuss the drama surrounding the game Pragmata, and how a bunch of men expressing a simple, wholesome desire, the desire to start.
I mean, like, I don't even know if that, like, that controversy quote over it is, like, it feels like almost manufactured in a way. Like, it's probably not. Like, people probably legitimately believe the things that they say about it online, mostly because, like, I think these people might be they need to get offline. Let's put it that way. But I think they probably do sincerely believe what they say, because they wouldn't be consistently saying it if they didn't sincerely believe it. But it feels manufactured because it's just like, I find it so wild that somebody would have such a adversarial opinion about something that ostensibly is anodyne.
Family has turned into yet another culture war, yet another gender war. The gender war. Men versus women, women versus men, the male loneliness epidemic, the female loneliness
Women versus women.
epidemic, dealing with dating apps, hookup culture. Do men like curvy or thin women? Do women like dad bods or fit men? Do they like beards or clean shaven? Oh yeah. That reminds me. Before we get deeper into this video, let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor.
This is why Opera GX has a touch grass simulator.
For the last few decades,
I didn't know
racers
that.
haven't been
Is that
designed
real?
to work better. They've
I
been
mean,
designed to be
I touch grass
marketed
pretty much
better.
every day,
More
so
features, more gimmicks, more
I
blades.
at least have to go outside
He
to
said,
do
one
one
more blade,
thing.
bro. One more blade, I promise, bro. One more blade. While skin irritation is just treated like something you just have to deal with. And a major cause for
I'm so
irritation
thankful. I don't have
is
problems like that when I
blade
shave.
flex.
Thank God.
Because most razors use springs to let the blades move as you shave. That helps them adapt to like different angles, but also causes extra tugging
Also
and
not as
razor
close as a
burn.
shave.
Most people just learn to cope with like aftershave and cold water, fixing the symptoms instead of the cause. The question nobody asks is, should the blade even move? And here's where Henson Shaving comes in. By fully supporting a two-sided blade
straight razors
all
exist
across
for a
its
reason.
length, they hold the blade in place, preventing any bouncing or skipping, resulting in an irritation-free shave. No springs, no movement, no need to compensate with
I've
pressure.
heard these razors
and there's
are
something
actually pretty
really
good.
satisfying about that. Not just getting a better
Wouldn't know,
shave,
haven't ever used
but
them.
finally fixing something
But I heard
that's
they've been pretty good.
quietly annoying you for years. Like when you spend months wondering why you don't feel rested even after you get 8 hours sleep, and then you realize, oh, I
know
need
why
a new
that is.
mattress. You don't
No,
need more aftershave.
I just need to
you
put
need
the
a new
phone down
razor.
before I go
and
to
since I
bed.
switched to Henson, I noticed that my shaves have been
Okay, I
smoother
got
than
called
ever.
out on that
no
one.
tugging,
Not gonna
no
lie.
cuts. The best part is once you invest in a Henson razor, it is a lifetime purchase. The
So
only
though,
thing
I've
you
been
need to
having-
replace
like I
are
said,
the
I've been
blades,
having weird
which
dreams
cost
lately.
just 10
Not like
cents
weird dreams,
each.
more like
so once you
vivid
own the
dreams.
razor, you'll
Been
only be
very
spending like
interesting.
$3 to $5 per year. Henson offers a variety of different colors. I have the
I said I had a weird
rose
dream
gold.
last
I think
night
it's
about,
so cute. So if you're tired of
was
razor
doing a
burn,
bunch of
skin
yard
irritation,
work.
and overpaying for
My neighbors
replacement
were throwing
blades,
wood
Henson
into my
Shaving
backyard,
is definitely worth checking
saying
out.
that I was
Just
like, why
head
are you
over to
doing that? They're like, well, it's your tree anyway. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
And add both a Henson razor and 100 blades
I don't
to
know
your
what it
cart.
means.
Then enter code SHOE at checkout to get the blades for free with your purchase. Big thanks to Henson for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. Right? Now,
Right,
let's get back
I didn't
to the
skip
video.
the ad. I'm a good viewer.
Throughout history, there have been countless stories centered around a very specific dynamic. The adult protector and a child.
It's almost like it's a story that's been told for the entirety of human existence. Almost like it's a basal part of the human experience to want to protect something that is still growing and developing. Surprisingly enough, that's a thing. Wow. I wonder why.
See it everywhere. In video games, they call it a dad simulator. The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, God of War, Detroit Become Human, BioShock, Life is Strange. Also movies like Logan, True Grit, in a way, Monsters, Inc.
And
Shows
books.
like The Mandalorian. Literature has done it forever with The Road, Les Miserables, and many, many others. It shows up time and time again because it taps into something deeply human. The instinct to...
I knew so many people that were obsessed with Les Miserables, and I was just like, back in high school, and I was just, because when I was in high school, that movie, around that time, the movie came out with, oh god, the guy who did Gladiator. Yeah, it came out at that time. So a lot of people were like, oh my God, this is the best play ever. And they were playing the music all the time. And I was just like, okay, it's a good story, but I wasn't overwhelmed by it. Let's put it that way.
To protect,
but I get
to
it.
guide, to teach,
because Jean Valjean
nurture
did that.
something more vulnerable than yourself. It is a beautiful and powerful story that has been told for centuries. And you're like, really weird. And
no, like probably more like tens of thousands of years.
Incel for enjoying it, actually. Incel game. If you buy this game, I'm gonna assume you are.
Okay. We're about to see a bunch of words used in their like 3C definition. So really, words used improperly.
I feel like it's a breach of
there's
ethics
two
at
right
this
there.
point to design child characters for an audience of majority male gamers. Like, let's stop with the defenseless girl the big strong man has to protect. This reeks of sexism and control. I hate these father simulator games. They always give me the creeps.
Oh my God,
this is low Kirkenuanly fascist propaganda and gives
what the heck does this even mean?
Me pedo vibes. Wouldn't it be cool if I sneezed right now?
I want to do the same thing.
Propaganda. If this is fascist propaganda, slap me and call me Adolf. Zoom.
You are not the only person with that opinion. And I'm going to let you know that it is scary that they are creating essentially a second order effect of people who believe the same way. And that is scary. I had to go find it in Opera, but it's on the, it's in the playground, but I sent you a screenshot of Grass Simulator. Ah, I gotcha. So there's like there's a play area, a playground in GX's little menu. Okay, gotcha.
More women
That's
really
funny, though.
Look at a wholesome game involving a child and wait, what the f is low Kirkenuanly?
Right? What the fuck does that mean?
Toxic masculinity for the past like 15 years now. Finally, a topic comes up where it's overwhelmingly positive masculinity. And what is the response? I think the funniest thing about the Pragmata controversy is that those incels genuinely think they could ever get near enough to a woman to impregnate one. It's not nuanced. Pragmata is blatant pedophilia catered to male gooner gamers.
Can I get an explanation on this, please?
Why are people thinking this is sexual or makes you a pedophile? Because men are notorious for being peds and disgusting humans.
I don't think both genders equally are like that, by the way.
Sexualize everything.
All right, are we going to talk about some of the literature that's reached mainstream recently? Who's that geared towards?
You are not very smart.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of loser males who often turn to gaming are pedos. It is an unconscious strategy to.
We don't need to wait for a machine to create parallel realities. We're already here in people's minds. You know, again, this is one of those moments where you can definitely tell the difference between somebody who goes out and talks to a normal human or regular human being regularly and somebody who only has all of their reactions through a screen. I'm going to bet you that the Venn diagram there is a circle, as a particular king of the roaches says.
Avoid competing with chat, as well as complementing their own pure adderniness. Stalled development. What? Y'all are full of shit talking about dad instincts and whatever. We know why the f you want to play the game. You want to crack the little blonde.
That is a wild thing to say. This is an absolutely unhinged and wild thing to say. Why would you say that? Why would you ever say that?
Bimbo slut.
What the fuck?
What? This character design.
Yeah, no, exactly. What? Like, what are you saying? Like, did you think about that before you typed it out? Did you proofread that?
Out. Why does she look like a doll? Why is this blonde child with a blowout running around?
Because she's an android. Because she needs that to charge her battery. Like, literally it says in like the first act.
I'm barefoot. I've not yet played the game. Is this
of course you
expanded
haven't.
on in the plot?
Yes,
or
it
is
is.
this just eye candy for creeps?
Imagine. No, that's what you want it to be, I guess.
I feel like I'm going insane. She just looks like a cute kid to me. Like, that is just literally a cute little kid.
If you see anything else, you're kind of like
and
weird.
I am a huge pervert, mind you. I do not see
Same, bro.
what these people are talking about. Are there creepy people on the internet who are sexualizing Diana?
Yes, and they are wrong.
Absolutely, yes. It is a small minority, but it is still disgusting. In fact,
absolutely, 100%. If you're doing that, you are a very weird person that needs to be run out of town. Don't do that. That's wrong. That's weird. Stop it. But judging the entire population by this small population of people who would probably do it regardless of whatever character it was, like, come on, man. Really? Now you're just grasping at
His
straws.
subreddit had to be shut down because people were making not safe for work art of this child,
It's
which
so
honestly
weird.
is not shocking. It's Reddit. That's not the game's fault.
True,
The
I guess,
game
yeah,
has
Reddit
nothing
slander.
creepy in it. These creepy people will always exist,
I'm all for that.
unfortunately. I have made several videos about these people existing. People getting mad here are not getting mad at the people sexualizing Diana. That would be completely understandable. It would make sense if they were
No, they're using it as a tangential reference point in order to be mad at something else.
going to the accounts that were doing that and calling them creeps. But no, they're for some reason just getting mad at people liking and enjoying the game. They're just
Exactly.
spurting out and randomly calling everyone. And
It's like, hey, did you know this artist is a really bad person? Why do you like their art? It's like, dude, because like that's got nothing to do with the art. Or I guess better yet, it would be, hey, do you know that people really don't like this piece of art because of what happened later on to somebody unrelated to it? It's like, oh, okay, sure. Like anywhere else that you would apply this logic to any other medium, it's like, what are you talking about?
anyone incels.
Why did they make her look like a porn star, though?
Why is the child
yeah.
sexy?
If
Are
that's-
you okay?
If that's what you see, you're really tattling on
Twitter
yourself.
freaks see a child, immediately sexualize them, and think everyone else is as creepy as they are. Like, no, bitch, that's you and Reddit. You and
Yep.
Reddit. There is nothing in this video game that caters to the freaks except for the fact that Diana is a child. Compare that to, like, Cuties, where there were up-closes of
I'd like to hear them condemn cuties.
real children twerking. That
They'll never do it because it comes from a seemingly allied side.
That is media. That is catering to those people.
Yeah,
An
that's-
article recently
I
came
can't
out
believe that
from
movie
the
exists, by the way.
outlet The Gamer, that in the beginning talks about what
Like, when that came out, I was just like, there's no fucking way, right? Because, like, that's really an indication of how healthy a society is, like, on a whole, that is acceptable to make. And that really had me terrified for a solid month.
happened on the Reddit.
Oh
and
my
how
God,
disgusting
I
some
cannot
people are being
believe-
towards the character Diana. Okay, fair enough. I agree. But then towards the end,
I can't
the
believe that
author
we've already
throws
made it
in
here.
Something very telling.
I have not yet played Pragmata, and that's because I'm a little tapped out on stories where
No, I have not yet played Pragmata. Okay, opinion disregarded.
men adopt daughter-like figures and prove their masculinity by protecting them.
That
Sure. Yeah, okay,
that
bud.
is their real problem. Men,
Yeah.
men protecting people. That's just them proving their masculinity.
I'm sure they'll get real
And as we
far
all
with that
know,
as a
masculinity
talking
bad.
point, yeah.
Blatantly not fuel, whether you agree with it or not. The average attraction trope on a little girl, blonde, blue eyes. I mean, the whole game is low-key Nazi propaganda, to be
Oh, really? Is it? Okay, how the fuck? I can't engage with that.
fair.
I'm gonna
I
maul.
think the men who play this are probably creepy, but how is it Nazi propaganda?
Yeah, exactly.
Blonde, blue-eyed toddler and tiaras looking white girl you have to save is literally Nazi propaganda straight out of the 1930s, dude.
Like, I almost think that they can't be real, right?
Sorry, I don't see it. Ugh, I really don't have the energy to deal with this. Just use your brain.
Ah, okay, I see. So when you're confronted with somebody saying that, explicate your point a little bit more, you then have to balk and not be able to explain your point because you have no point. Got it.
Sorry, I don't have the energy to explain my schizophrenic paranoid delusion. Good.
Exactly.
I don't have the energy to listen to it. Listen, I know we're all used to seeing gay, black, Hispanic, disabled furries in media lately, but I promise you,
kinda.
white people still exist. It's not Nazi propaganda.
I feel like this girl character is an objectification of the idealized child. She's pulled right from the patriarchal white supremacist imagination.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, so we can add these words. We can add patriarchal and white supremacist now in addition to our words that have no meaning.
The
Got
perfect
it.
pure white girl child that must be protected so she can produce the next white generation.
That is so schizophrenic. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're a fucking android. Oh, Jesus. Unsolicited opinions from online prostitutes. This should have been the fucking thumbnail.
Anyway,
Funny how y'all have paternal instincts for a child with a model woman's face plastered on it. Make her look like an actual kid with missing teeth, short hair, bare face, snot, and see if those instincts kick in the same. This game is openly catering to pedos. The gaslighting is over.
wait,
What the fuck are you even talking about?
trying to follow the logic here.
Yeah, what the
Let me-
fuck?
Let me just give myself some brain damage.
You're gonna need a baseball bat for that one. I don't think that's gonna help. Maybe go back in time and drop yourself repetitively from a tall building.
So we make her look more like a child in order to not cater to pedophiles?
Imagine.
Am I following that correctly?
Also, the face on the left is like a child 6 to 7 years old, and the one on the right is like a 3-year-old. Diana's a robot kid. She's not a robot toddler. Also, again, she looks like a kid. Am I going insane? Like, that looks just like
You
a
are,
little
yeah.
kid.
You know, you're going insane. The world's going insane. Actually, no. Rather, you are not going insane. But in a crazy world, the sane look like they are insane.
Do they just want her to look ugly? Is that what this is? They want her to be ugly?
Dude,
Like,
I don't know, man.
I need more brain damage. Hold on.
Weeb incel gamers LARPing saying, ooh, I want to be a dad now, because they're manipulative, creepy freaks and like the ooh little girl with the model face, especially the lolicons, obviously.
Oh my god. I don't think we're okay. I think we're not okay. I think somebody needs to give a mental health checkup to this person. I think they need someone knocking at their door to see if they've taken care of themselves for the day.
Devs know the male gamers hate a real.
This is like the new equivalent to wearing tinfoil around because the aliens are going to be beaming messages into your, the government's beaming messages into your brain.
Or ugly child, because that's not what they're playing for. If they made her look like a realistic ugly child, none of them would be saying this. First of all, why are they acting like it's realistic to portray children as ugly and disgusting? Children are not ugly and disgusting. Like, they're cute and adorable.
They've been bitten so hard by the propaganda that they literally cannot rationalize anything outside their very narrow worldview.
That's what they're known for.
It's
like,
so
yes,
crazy.
She's made to look cute. Yes. That's how you know this game was not made by Western video game developers.
Right, yeah.
That's how you know there was
made by the
no
East.
Liliths on the dev team here. You guys would lose your shit while playing BioShock. Actually, BioShock is a really good example of this design working right. The little sisters are all gross and have gray-green skin. No.
Having played BioShock, having it be one of my most favorite games that I've ever played, they are like completely wrong in that assessment. Like, just they're completely wrong. That's not what it was. Tinfoil Hat, it's once again the East Asian game getting this, right? Definitely I can see that. Yeah, people have a concerted effort to try to make East Asian games look bad. I mean, I'm not willing to ascribe to that as a conspiracy theory. But 3 makes a pattern. 2 is a coincidence. We're kind of straddling that 2-3 area right now. Strange, isn't it? Oh, but no, like, that's like not the point of BioShock. Like, I don't, just on its face, that point is blatantly wrong.
You don't understand. Everything around me must be ugly as or
And like, you can even point to the next game of BioShock 2 really disproving that too. Because BioShock 2 was basically the same plot as this in a way, in a protracted measure. So it's just like, and they increased like, or they decreased the uncanniness of the way that the little sisters look in BioShock 2 to make a greater point about the narrative. But in that being the case, BioShock 1's little sisters were not by any means what I would consider to be like ugly. They were thematic.
I will furiously start masturbating. This all sounds
right,
like 2014
exactly.
discourse.
They weren't. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. They weren't meant to look ugly. They were made to be uncomfortable in a way, like in an uncanny way. But they're conflating that because they don't have the words or the understanding or maybe even the media literacy to be able to make that point.
Discourse. Please don't let there be Gamergate 2.0. Who's going to be the shoe on head 2.0 to emerge from Gamergate 2.0? If she's listening now.
We're not in a Gamergate 2.0. We're in a Gamergate Cold War.
Just, this might sound very vague.
That wound never closed.
Don't. That thing? Don't do it.
Although we are making very heavy strides to clear the infection and the rot that is in this festering wound. And I honestly think the white blood cells are starting to finally clear it out.
But don't do it. Don't do it.
Phew.
Thank God.
Thanks for talking to me all the time. Ta-da!
Is this supposed to be when we first boarded the tram?
This was the scene that got a lot of people, or at least there's been a lot of scenes floating around. Or rather, a lot of clips floating around.
You wrote your name, too.
Hell yeah.
Not half bad, kiddo.
This robot girl makes me uncomfortable, and the fact that I haven't seen female gamers fawn over her is interesting.
Yeah, well, it's because you haven't been looking, I guess.
I've seen more clips of her and that man, and that is not how kids behave. Something weird is going on here.
Said a person who has no children.
The something weird going on here is you, ma'am. You are the something weird. Men like the
Ignore
father
discourse, fawn
simulator
over how
game
cute
where you have
Diana
to
is. Thank
protect
you,
a
Nova.
small child and shoot up a bunch of robots in space. Suspicious. Also, I have seen
Suspicious.
plenty of female gamers fawn over this character.
Oh yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
We've got 3 right here, huh?
Okay.
Wow.
Everything's all about you.
Imagine how that works.
Who would win? Decades
Me, the female gamer, fawning over a child because she's adorable. Yeah, I wonder how that works, huh? Strange how that works. You must be the only one, right?
of anti-natalist propaganda? One little bean. There were
Imagine.
even women cosplaying as her. And when women even
So I think it's actually interesting because Asmongold brought up a good point about like if you're using this to kind of like fight a political ideology between, you know, natalist, anti-natalist propaganda, whatever have you, like that's kind of weird. And I kind of agree. Mostly because it's just like, does that really matter? Like, we don't need to bring politics into everything. And now we're at this problem where now politics is brought into everything. Imagine.
expressed how cute they thought Diana was, they're also met with this.
Mhm.
Oh my god, Diana is so precious and adorable. I'm gonna love this game. Thanks for
Right.
telling everyone why you want to play the game before you make up some other excuse to hide your pants. Yeah.
Imagine. I cannot imagine being this guy online. Like I couldn't imagine being like that. How terrible does your life have to be to say that? Like, you have to be in a bad spot. I hope it gets better for him, honestly.
What? Water guns are
Exactly.
the best. I like it just as much as crayons. I like how the sand feels on my toes. I press down and sink in. Children don't act like this. This is how someone who fetishizes fatherhood wants children to behave.
Dude. No. I probably said something just like this when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure I did say something like this when I was a kid.
To normal people, it's actually deeply off-putting.
Yeah,
The
imagine.
best part was all the actual parents,
Also, notice how they're trying to claim that they are part of the group of normal people.
like, replying to these people like, yeah, no, that is literally how my 5-year-old acts.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, no, that's pretty accurate. Fetishizing you mean the human desire to procreate and start a family? Oh, you want to meet a woman and settle down and have a family?
Yeah,
Maybe
how
have a
dare
house,
you?
2 dogs? You sick f***.
Yeah, you sick fucking incel.
We've reached
What?
radioactive levels of incel propaganda.
Oh, Jesus Christ, of
What the
course.
f- does incel mean anymore? I feel like
It doesn't mean anything. Incel doesn't mean anything because these people just use it as a catch-all insult. That is the issue, is words no longer have meaning. They are taking away the meaning of words. I hate it.
ask this in
I
every single
really get
video.
upset
This
over
tweet
that.
got thousands of likes. I feel like I am going insane. Where does the incel part come from?
Like,
Yeah.
they want men to be
Who
open
knows?
about their emotions, and then men are open about their emotions.
And then how
they're
dare
just
you.
called Nazis or incels or both. Usually both. It's usually
Yep.
a package deal.
And this tweet came from a man to make things worse. A grown-ass man saw another grown-ass man speaking about the normal human desire to want a family
Mm-hmm.
and want children one day and called him an incel. Cockroach
Wow.
behavior.
In any case, what is this?
Oh, we're gonna talk
Pragmata.
about the boy
Wait,
himself,
did it come
aren't
out
we?
already? Pragmata, it's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. You play
Oh,
as Hugh, a
great.
soldier, stranded on a ruined lunar research station. His job is protecting the childlike android
By the way, he played this on stream.
Diana while fighting rogue AI. In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting
Okay, we're gonna be hit right now with the knowledge of 1,000 men. The wisdom that we are about to hear shall be cherished and published for generations to both mythologize and collectivize around. Please tell us.
About this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy, right? If you're a lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, it's just not.
He says as his children run in the background and his wife brings him food because she loves him.
Not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right? This is something that I never understand.
He says as he makes comments about a situation that he is not actively participating in. Truly wise words. I will cherish these for the rest of my life.
Wow, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to find a partner. They feel alienated from their work and atomized from their community. If only there was a political commentator around to speak about all this.
Oh well.
Oh well, guess not. First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean.
It's also very wrong because you can care about things that you don't personally participate in, right? You can care, and we're just going to use a really good example about this. You can care about the right for people of the same sex to get married. You could be not gay, 100%. And you can still care about and have a vested interest in allowing them to share in the same happiness as heterosexual couples can. That's totally okay. That's okay. You can care about stuff that you don't participate in. It's 100% within human nature. And if anybody else is trying to tell you that you shouldn't do that because you don't participate in it, you can tell them to go get bent because they're trying to bludgeon you into their way of thinking and their own manners of whatever they're trying to peddle as their platform, so to speak. You can care about whatever you choose to care about. Don't let anybody else tell you anything differently.
Second of all, what is this nihilistic horseshit? You never aspire for anything, never aim for greatness and meaning. This is the dude the media wants us to believe is going to save young men from the alt-right pipeline.
Yeah, we've seen how many puff pieces have been pushing him up, and he's still continued to somehow fumble that and make himself a fool at every moment of his life.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of funny, isn't
it? Unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could eat.
Didn't he, like, go to a fucking brothel? Like, allegedly he can get laid on somebody else, or with somebody else if you wanted to, but he still went and paid for sex? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex
there it
like
is,
you,
right there.
Hassan. Something weird about a man who could easily consensually get sex from a woman but chooses to go to a brothel. I don't know. Just saying.
Imagine.
Also, 35? No kids? Like, I'm sorry, that just pisses me off. Like, sitting in his ugly ass $600 Gucci sweater. I swear I've never seen this guy in a fucking normal ass t-shirt. Sitting on his high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind raped.
It's almost like he's got so much in life that he doesn't understand what it's like to see from the perspective of somebody who wants more. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting food for thought on that one.
That this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept. Like literally no joke, the entire meaning of life is somehow confusing to Hassan Piker, anti-natalist. If I saw a child that looked like that, I'd probably attack it. I felt like hitting her. The right-wing nutjobs seeing this.
The person just said they felt like hitting them in reference to what looks like a child. Okay. Really? You're really gonna put that on the internet?
and feeling paternal instincts are just predators. The only instinct I feel as a man right now is self-defense. I want to kill it. Yes, the ones saying they want to protect a
Holy
kid
shit, bro.
are the predators,
Calm
not the
down.
ones saying they want to kill it. The only thing I felt while watching this is pure bloodlust for that annoying creature. I hate children so much. Before you come at me, yes, I'm a 35-year-old crazy cat lady and proud of it. Stay.
Bro. This is a cry for help. I'm honestly thinking that maybe we need to have a program on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, that if you post something like this and enough people vote on it, they send like your local PD to your house to do a wellness check. This person is unwell. Maybe we're approaching it from the wrong angle. Maybe these people might actually have some type of disorderly thing going on in their mind and they actually need help.
Mad. First of all, every time you see a little smiley face like that, that's how you know that person is madder than they've ever been in their entire life. Listen, obviously, if you simply don't want kids, that's fine. Like, whatever.
Cuteness aggression is a thing, but it's probably not afflicting them. No,
but the
it's
societal
not. That
attitude,
is not cuteness aggression. That's just aggression.
Between men and women here, how they handle this situation is so, like, fascinating to me.
I'm probably never having kids. I'm probably going to play video games for the rest of my life. I'm probably going to be as hot for as long as I can. And I'm probably going to keep making money. That's probably what's going to happen for the next 40 years until people are just going to keep being mad at me about it.
Good. Do whatever you want to do. That's fine. If they're mad at you about it, they're the crazy ones. Who cares? If that's what you want to do, go for it. Nobody's telling you not to. I'll never tell you not to. If that's what you think is going to make you happy, pursue it. Huge.
Menopause is going to hit me like a brick wall, but at least I will be getting the bag until then. You don't want kids? I'll do it whenever I want. I don't think I'm running out of time.
Absolute delusion. I feel like a lot of men in this situation are like, damn, I wish I had a family. That sucks. Women overcompensate and they pretend to be proud of it, and it just comes off as really kind of sad. And I guess it's like, as a woman for—
By the way, that absolute delusion was crazy. That kind of hit me and stun locked me for a second. I mean, again, if she wants to do that, it's fine. It's not my job to tell her what is or isn't correct, because I don't care. Do I have my opinions about it? Absolutely. Am I in agreement that it's delusional? Yeah, probably. Is it worth voicing that opinion online? No, because I don't care. But Shu hitting her with the absolute delusion, my God, that was... ouch.
For a long time, it's like, oh, you're too young to have kids. Don't have kids. It will ruin your life and your body and your career. Don't have children. And then all of a sudden you hit a certain age and it's like, your eggs, ma'am.
Yep.
I get it. It's frustrating. I get it. I hid my pregnancy from the internet. Nobody knew I was pregnant.
Smart move.
Well, some of you guessed because I was fat as f. But anyway, I hid it from the internet. And while I was like 5 months pregnant, I was getting tweets from like groypers and like, TikTok, your eggs are drying up. But this like, you haters, I got my cats.
It's like, dude, who cares about what random people on the internet say? Like, who cares? As long as you do what you want to do, and that's what you know truly that you want to do, whatever. As long as it's not illegal or harming anybody else, who the fuck cares?
Enough. Stop spreading that attitude. Stop being a crab in a bucket. Like, even if you don't have children, that's fine. You can find other meaning in your life, obviously.
But you don't gotta tell me that it's morally justifiable to say that your opinion is better.
But don't encourage that type of mindset.
Exactly.
The amount of anti-natalist propaganda young men and young women see nowadays is like,
it's insane.
But the biggest anti-natalist propaganda has to be like $30,000 rent, $2,000 daycare, and student debt, honestly. Like,
we are in agreement on this. We are wholly in agreement on this.
If we're being honest. It's just sad because, like, through all of history...
We probably don't agree on the solution, but we agree that there is a problem.
Like, imagine your ancestors. They've been through, like, war and famine, and you're just gonna end your bloodline because the rent is too high. But it's understandable. Yeah. They don't feel like they can support a child. They can barely support themselves, especially on one income, like how it used to be. Those days are gone. You know, if I was president and I wanted to make America great again, that would be the thing I focus on the most. But no, we have to do another bullshit.
And that's why you'll never be president.
War in the Middle East. Okay, whatever, I'm not...
Oof.
We're not going into that, not in this video. Lots of strange reactions to this game.
God
Let's clear
willing,
some
it'll
things up.
change.
Childless men do not have paternal instincts the way childless women have maternal instincts. Men first experience paternal instincts once they have their own children, and typically
Says person who probably has no psychology degree or knows nothing about the topic. Oh my gosh.
those paternal instincts are only ever felt for their own children and no one else's.
Yeah.
Men are not
absolutely.
nurturers. Men don't.
That's why, you know, we have ubiquitous stories from cultures across the world of nearly the same thing about men who have their paternal instincts activated upon whatever situation that is thrust upon them, that naturally they're protectors. Wow. Like, I can't imagine that there being stories like this that existed for literally tens of thousands of years.
Gush over cute kids in public. Men don't have baby fever. If a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than it being a product of his own lineage, he's likely a predator.
Wow.
What? Okay. First of all, even from like anecdotal common sense, this is just not true. This is obviously bullshit. Research literally shows that childless men experience like the desire for fatherhood almost just as much as childless women experience the desire for motherhood.
Imagine it being just a different way of expressing itself, that maybe, and hear me out, maybe she can't possibly understand because she's not a man. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Young men want children more than young women do. Now,
this is an insane graph, by the way. This is actually a very scary graph. Let's see. Was it among young adults who do not have children, percentage of them saying that they blank have children, that they blank want to or do not want to have children someday? It is insane that we are now at the point where men are in the majority of wanting to have children over women. That is a scary graph.
Nowadays, many men, including childless men, exhibit caregiving, protective responses to infants, even if they're not their own. All through history, men have protected, mentored, even died for kids that weren't their own. Also, with this
that
logic,
graph
like,
is really
uncles,
strange to me.
Stepdads, adoptive fathers.
How do you mean by that? What do you mean by it's strange to you? Like strange as in like the scary way, or strange as in like something didn't seem right to you?
There's like anyone like that is a predator. Like men just have the protector gene, and this game just activates it. It's really not deeper than that. Yes,
really,
it's
not
true
that
men
deep,
don't have maternal instincts, but men do have paternal instincts.
Imagine that word already existing in the English language to describe something that has been there for quite some time. Isn't that strange how we have a word for that and it's been a word for a while?
There's a reason this game is about protecting her from evil robots in space and not like, I don't know, breastfeeding her. Yes, women and men are different. And I like a huge factor in this very popular trope is that the man gradually develops paternal instincts over the child despite his stoic, emotionally distant, masculine nature.
Which, by the way, is like a trope of storytelling for literally as long as I can remember in my life, and probably longer than most people can remember because it existed for thousands of years. Any graph that on the internet always raises my data hackles because I want to see the collection data behind it. It just disquieted to see that become the, but it's just disquieting to see that to become the algorithm. Exactly. The word is there. They are not good with the dictionary. Well, yeah, we've seen that they're not very good with the dictionary because they obviously don't know what most words mean. Strange how that works, isn't it?
These gamers are experiencing that through the main character.
Very
if Capcom's
true,
goal with Pragmata was to make everyone who plays this game want to be a parent, then they've done an amazing job. I always sit back when Diana starts playing and think to myself, so this is what it's like to have a daughter? She's so cute.
I think that this is a completely anodyne tweet. It might even be, banish the thought, it might even be a bit wholesome. Wow. I wonder how many people had a problem with this.
And for the record, yes, that is what having kids is like. It's also not so fun stuff and lots of responsibility, but the good parts completely outweigh the bad and make it all worth it. There were hundreds of tweets from people, mostly childless people, mind you, being like, that's not what having a child is like, actually, you stupid gamer. It's actually terrible and awful. Men like this view having a daughter like having a pet dog. Once she grows up and isn't a cute little girl anymore, they'll begin to resent
Said person who didn't have any children and also probably has some unresolved issues from their childhood.
Her. Men really do want kids the way kids want a puppy. All the fun, but none of the responsibilities.
Said person with no kids and probably has unresolved trauma.
I don't like the way you guys talk about children. Like, they aren't toys. People will lose their minds when they realize that kids aren't like a dog or cat. They're a goddamn nightmare.
Imagine.
Watching a child play with a toy and actually raising a child are two completely separate things. Kids are adorable when they're calm and playful, but little demons when they're screaming, snotting, and destroying your shit and keeping you up at night. Men really think having children is easy and fun. It's not so fun when they're pissing and shit and crying nonstop. Do you have kids? No, and I got my tube side 3 years ago, but thanks for asking. Wow.
I think the funny thing is about it is they were trying to make a point about, like, this is what it would be worth. Like, this is the times that it would be worth it if you had a kid. Like, this is when you would see that the worth would be coming into what it would be. And they just decided to say, no, in all circumstances, you are wrong. It's like, okay, like, imagine.
Wow, Diana's so cute. Maybe I want kids one day.
Right?
Did you know they poop and pee and cry?
Yeah,
Why
no
this
shit, bro.
Compulsive need to counter signal this?
Because it goes and runs in opposition to everything that they think that they are. It runs in opposition to everything that they've been taught in life, and confronting the ugly reality that they have been lied to for the entirety of their life is too much of a mental computation that they're not able to do.
Watching a fictional kid play with toys for a few seconds and thinking that's what it's like raising an actual human being is probably a sign you have zero idea what it really looks like being a parent, and you should not base your decision off a video game character.
Imagine.
Wait, this community note. OP is an e-girl with an OnlyFans. You stupid gamers don't get it. Doom scrolling TikTok and having multiple failed situationships is true happiness. Children are a burden. Man. Nobody is saying parenting is easy. Nobody said that. All the parts parents say are
they were reading way too far into literally something that nobody said.
Best parts. All the parts parents say are worth it. That is what people are seeing and yearning for. They have this like insane compulsion to attack anything that's like remotely pro-family, I guess because it culturally clocks as conservative.
Well, no, it confronts them with the ugly reality that they've been lied to.
Or else you're doing a fascist propaganda or something.
That they willingly participated in a lie.
For humanity. On one side, people who long for love,
you know, the more I stare at how some women talk about children, the more I'm so glad as a woman I dodged this mindset. Like, I think the funny thing is you are probably now in a majority, or at least a plurality of women. I think there's a lot of women who can agree to that statement, and I think every day is another woman that would agree with that statement, because it's starting to get to the point where they're kind of horseshoe theorying back around to the point where they just hate everybody. Like, there's no sacred cow. They just hate everybody.
They're deeper things, and they're in touch with their humanity.
And once you hate everyone,
miserable, insane freaks who want to destroy everything pure and wholesome. And then on the sidelines, normal people who just think this is a fun game.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's probably most people. I think we're a little too online sometimes. So
yeah,
we have established that the broveries have been activated by this game, but is the male biological clock real?
In a way.
Women who are born with a specific number of eggs, men create sperm all their life. Right now, as we speak, your balls are creating sperm.
That's an insane stare.
Men can technically get someone pregnant all their life. And by someone, I mean a woman, not a femboy. You can't get a femboy pregnant. Stop trying. Sperm quality.
I literally heard the collective, damn it, from people on the internet. Oh, man.
Tends to decline over time. Lower sperm count and more DNA damage to the sperm occurs. These changes usually start after 35 to 40 years old. So as men age, the risk of passing on genetic mutations increases. Similar to maternal age, higher paternal age has been associated.
I was a little bit later with my parents, so like I can kind of understand that. And like that was a big risk, obviously, when they were starting their family. So, and I know a lot of families have been starting a lot later nowadays, which is kind of interesting with the rise of correlative issues. So Yeah, like that is a scary thing.
Kid with autism, schizophrenia, so basically being a Shoe on Head fan, and other
Mishead is a crazy fucking thing to be talking about this with,
rare
by the way.
genetic disorders, as well as the chance of miscarriage rates being higher. So when red pill manosphere people tell you like, oh, you have all the time in the world to have children, bro, focus on yourself, queen, get that bag, like, technically, they're correct. Physically, you do have all the time in the world, but that doesn't mean you should wait. Having kids is more than the ability to reproduce. You want energy to chase.
That is one thing that definitely I understand. So, like, I think what she's going to talk about here is when you have family or when you have children, when you're like older, so to speak, you're not able to give them the experience of being a child as nearly as adequately as when you're younger, because, you know, obviously you're older, your body's not what it used to be. So keeping up with them, especially in like older males, like we're talking like 40 here, you are not equipped to be able to keep up with a young child.
A toddler around.
So you knew exactly what she did. She totally did know exactly what she did with that.
You want to see your kid
and
graduate and maybe
wild.
have children of their own. You want to give your parents grandchildren. You don't want to be a super old dad or mom. But if that's how it happens, that's how it happens, and that's
you can't
great.
Control that. Yeah.
Life is not a Hallmark movie, but it should not be the ideal for men and women. Like, if you are in a stable relationship.
Honestly, we should probably be shooting for basically where it was at a while ago, where in your mid-20s, after you've graduated high school, maybe into college, you should be targeting the ability to start a family and settle down with somebody and starting that life. And I think that was healthier for everybody. I think that was basically where, like, that was the ideal. And now we've been pushing it further and further back, due in part to a lot of societal changes. I think that we probably, as a group, as a society, need to reevaluate the direction and the path that we're on.
Get married and have kids as soon as possible. Honestly, it's the stable relationship part I think people are having the most trouble with. It's easy to be like, find a wife and get married and have kids, bro. And it's like
that's the thing that's always weird to me is like, not but a generation ago. So my grandparents were married for 70 years. 70? No. They were married for maybe. They were married for about 65, maybe 60 years, actually. But they as soon as they got married right out of high school, and they were married for the rest of their life. Through the ups and through the downs, and they had children early. A generation later, hard to find somebody who wasn't divorced by the time you were settling down for kids. A lot changed in 2 generations, and, you know, I'd really like to go back to the expectation is you stay married for a while. Obviously, of course, I'm not advocating for people to stay with abusive relationships. I just wish that it was more expected that when you do get married, you're not going to end the marriage over things that are ostensibly trivial.
Find a wife. From where? The wife store? Listen, I believe you will have that one day, Anon. I believe you will have that wife and daughter or son. You will have a little Diana of your own one day. You will hang those drawings on your fridge. Don't black pill. Don't doom. We're all gonna make it. Doom. Same to you ladies watching. If I can make it, you can make it. So what did you guys think of this? Have you played Pragmata? Did you like it? Did it make you feel those fatherly or motherly instincts? Is your biological clock ticking? Do you have baby fever?
I mean, I don't know if I really felt those fatherly instincts, so to speak, but, you know, obviously I don't want anything bad to happen to her, because, like, you know, she's a game mechanic in my mind. Maybe I'm not the target audience for that, because I kind of take a little bit more analytical approach to it, where to me, it's numbers in a spreadsheet and game mechanics. But I can see where people come from on this.
If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you can, donate to my Patreon, link down below. All patrons get the raw, uncensored version of the video a day before it comes out, and I'm going to start doing live streams for Patreon members only, so that should be fun. And I will see you guys soon with a new video, a slop video, hopefully. Bye!
You would throw hands for Diana? There you go, you're the target audience. All right, thank you, Shoe on Head. Thank you for your great video over a gaming topic. Dear God, we don't have to call her out of retirement for a Gamergate 2.0.